Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video, I'd like to review a Blu-ray that I watched just last night. Now this is classed as a real good film among a lot of people, and then you've got the other portion that don't particularly care for it. Now before I announce what camp I'm in, I'll just, do the preliminaries and then the usual, give it a rating and so forth. Okay then guys, so the movie I am referring to is from 2024, and that movie is called Alien Romulus. Okay then guys, as per usual, before I say anything further about the movie and give you my thoughts on the storyline as a whole, I'll just read you the back of the synopsis just in case you're not familiar with this edition. Right, horror master Fede Alvarez takes the phenomenally successful Alien franchise back to its iconic roots. Now, in this truly terrifying sci-fi horror thriller, a group of young colonizers scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station come face to face with the most relentless and deadly life form in the universe. Okay then guys, that's the synopsis for this new take on the Alien story, Alien Romulus. Okay then guys, so just a couple more specifics about the movie. Yeah, so it stars Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson, and it was directed by Fede Alvarez. Okay then guys, so yeah, so on to my thoughts now, guys, on the movie as a whole. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry to say I was rather disappointed with this movie. I don't think it's a patch on the original Alien from 1979, which will always be my favourites of all the Alien, all the Alien movies. Yeah, the main problem, guys, with this movie, that was the pacing. It was a bit slow. It started off very, very slow. I found myself thinking, when are we going to see the bloody aliens and that, because it did go on for quite some time before the action really kicked in. But yeah, guys, there's the fact there, guys. There's a couple of stills from the movie. Yeah, guys, as I say, I was sorely disappointed with this one. I thought they went a little bit too heavy on the special effects, at the expense of storyline. And to be quite honest with you guys, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, I thought it was a jumbled mess. But as I say, that was my opinion. I did not have any sympathy with any of the characters at all. I didn't care what happened to them, which is always, it gets alarm bells ringing when you don't care about the characters. It's going to be a real bad movie. And in my opinion, this was a bad movie, guys. I can't compare it to the later Alien movies have been made because I haven't seen them, but comparing them to Aliens, that not a patch on those two, guys, particularly the first one. But yeah, guys, and I was quite surprised actually when I saw like what they did with the Ian Holm. They sort of like brought that character back, but they called him Rook instead of Ash, and I don't know why they did that. But it basically, I'll try not to give too much away, guys, with this movie in case you haven't seen it. But basically, he was reconstructed like half his body and his head and that. And I had to laugh at you guys. The way they did the bloody mouth and that was weird and that, because it was sort of like, just the way, I can't describe it, guys. You'd have to see the movie for yourself if you haven't seen it. It was sort of like got a gear. You think of a very bad ventriloquist and that, and you'll have some idea of what he did with the Ian Holm character who they reproduced for this movie. But yeah, I was quite surprised actually to see. I will give them a couple of points for the likeness, because the likeness was good. But as regards the animatronics, yeah, no, big thumbs down for those and that. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I was really disappointed with this. Yeah, and the black guy as well as one of the main characters. I think he was a robot, I think. But yeah, he spoke. He looked a bit like odd in the movie because like he spoke with this rather far back voice. Like some sort of like bland party political broadcaster and that. Rather posh voice. Now it seemed very incongruous guys to his appearance and that. But. Yeah, some funny moments in this, guys, really was, yeah. And I'm just trying to say, like, you're just trying to get over, like, how odd he looked like and that. But that's just my opinion, no doubt. I know a lot of you guys do love this movie, but it wasn't for me. Definitely wasn't for me. I won't be revisiting this one, yeah. But yeah, very, very slow pacing. And I didn't like, guys, it seemed to me like the way they did the face huggers, like when the main protagonist went into this ship hulk, like they sort of like scattering everywhere, like it seemed more like a bloody spider movie to me than a bloody face hugger movie. Like the way they did the special effects were all face huggers scurrying everywhere and that, and even they did a very, very bad. Excuse me for laughing, guys. I'm just trying to, some of the funny moments just basically made me laugh out loud. They even tried to recapture the infamous John Hurt chest burster scene and that, the way they did it, like it was over in the blink of an eye. She just sort of like writhing and that, and making a face and that. And before it wasn't as shocking, it wasn't terrifying, and it wasn't as sickening as the infamous John Hurt chest burster scene from the 1979 Ridley Scott masterpiece. Yeah, and it was just over in a twinkle of an eye, guys. And that I didn't like the weird thing he did at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. I didn't like the weird thing they did at the end with the hybrid, like, this sort of like, he looked like something out of a bloody Hellraiser or a Stuart Gordon, H.P. Lovecraft movie. And I didn't like what they did with the pregnancy and that, giving birth to this like hybrid thing and that, but yeah, so many things wrong with this movie, guys. I won't be revisiting this one. I'm going to throw it on eBay. Yeah, all the characters were dull, shallow, and as I say, I did not invest in any of them. I didn't give a monkey's what happened to them. Yeah, and it was just a jumbled mess, guys, in my eyes. As I say, I've got to keep saying, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to put you off it. If you haven't seen it, rent it, buy it, see for yourself, because I do know it's got a big following this, but I said there's also people like me that don't like it, yeah. But I'm just trying to get over to you the things I didn't like about it, as many as I can remember and that, But, and there's one particularly annoying character in it, guys, at the beginning. I think he had a headband, a band around his head and that, and a foul mouth, like low life basically, and he was, oh god, he was annoying. He was really, really annoying, that, but you do get these characters, don't you, from time to time in these modern horror movies. But yeah, so annoying he was. There was even a part in it, guys, that reminded me like something what they said Elvis used to do. Where one of the explorers, like Ian Holmes' face comes on this little TV screen, and he's sort of like, for some reason, I can't remember what the reason was, he doesn't want to help them anymore, or he's stalling, he's putting the halt on helping them and that, get out the ship and that. And the girl that's watching him, she's got this gun in her hand, like this sort of like space gun, and she gets so angry, she starts shooting at the telly, and I think she misses actually from that range as well. It reminded me what they used to say about Elvis. It reminded me what they used to say about Elvis shooting the bloody television sets when somebody come on he didn't like and that, can't stand him, bang and that. It just reminded me of that, like, Elvis shooting the television sets and that, it was so funny, guys, yeah. But I didn't find it scary in the least, there was no atmosphere, there was no creeping tension that was delivered so flawlessly in the 1979 classic, none of that. It was just one of those, at times, guys, to be honest with you, I thought I was watching a bloody cheap shoot 'em up PlayStation game. Once it started descending into all shooting up and that, I thought, I actually sort of like started planning my review once it descended into that and that. I did take my eyes off the screen for a couple of times as I sort of like make notes of the ins and outs of the movie and that. So we had completely lost interest, as is obvious in that. But you're very, very disappointing movie. I think they should leave the story alone now, guys. They've gone too far with this bloody Alien franchise and that, but yes, to say like the facehuggers are more like bloody spiders and that, the attack of the lethal spiders and that. But yeah, it was the story was very poor. Too many cheesy special effects and that, and I didn't like it, guys. I didn't care for it. I did want to like it and that, because I'm a huge fan of Alien, particularly the first one. But I tried to get into it, guys, and it was just no good. So we will definitely not be revisiting this. Yeah, it bored me senseless. It really did. Yeah, so. The movie was just a jumbled whirlpool of cheesy computer-like game special effects, and yeah, much to the detriment of the story. Yeah, they could have done so much with this, guys. They could have made it much better than it was. Yeah, but as I say, I have to keep saying that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to put you off it. Anybody who hasn't seen it, go and rent it out, buy it, and then form your own opinion. Yeah, it would be a pretty boring world, wouldn't it, for everybody like the same things and that. But yeah, guys, actually, I'm sorry I didn't rent it first before I bought. I paid $14.99 for this. Yeah, so yeah, so there you go. The movies were completely devoid of all the thrills and chills, what fans come to expect from an Alien movie. And I didn't like the premise with the acid blood and that. I thought that was a bit weird. The acid blood, the way they actually employed it in this particular movie. I mean, I thought they could have done it much better. I thought that was a bit like off, like The movie was full of big plot holes as well, which you should actually get the Nostromo through. They were that big, the plot holes, yeah. But yeah, it just didn't make sense, guys, and that, too much shooting up, long drawn out, boring scenes and that, at times, a lot of dialogue, quite dialogue heavy. The aliens went, they just didn't have that atmosphere. They weren't daunting, they weren't like menacing and that, in my opinion anyway. And as regards to, I have to keep laughing every time I think about that bloody Ian Holmes head, reanimated head of Ian Holmes. if you're gonna do something like that, all right, you might get the likeness spot on, but if you don't do the same with the voice, I think you're onto a bloody loser. You do anything like that, as I say, a severed head starting to talk and that, you've got to make sure it's done properly, otherwise you just end up a bloody laughing stock. Yeah, got Lagear. I have to keep thinking about the bad ventriloquist guys when I see that bloody Ian Holm thing he did. Yeah. So in short, Alien Romulus was just a pointless, soulless waste of time. Very, very derivative of the other movies, and one I will definitely not be revisiting. Okay then, guys, on to my review. Well, not my review, my rating of the Alien Romulus. I'm going to be a little bit generous. I'll give it 3 out of 10. Yeah, but that's all. I'm not giving it anything else. It could have been so much better, guys, but it was an extreme disappointment to me. So there you go, guys. That's my thoughts on the new Alien movie. Okay, then, guys, I'm going to finish now. Have you seen Alien Romulus? What did you think of it? Do you share my opinion that it was very, very disappointing and very, very poorly derivative of the previous movies in the franchise? Leave a comments down below. I'll be very interested to read them. Yeah, let's get a good discussion going about Alien Romulus, as bad as it was. Yeah. Okay then, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah. Okay then, guys, take care of yourselves. Speak soon. Bye for now.